Hello, everyone. Welcome to Humanity Matters. I want to introduce our special guests tonight, Suzanne Bishop, who is a psychic medium, and Tim and Darlene Vodopivec, who are paranormal investigators. And before I introduce our hosts tonight, I want to say hello to some people. I want to say hello to Cameron and Lisa in West Mifflin, Victoria Zaitz, Chiyua Yen, Gary Miller, John Gendron, Debbie Gendron, Bobby Gordon, Tom Carson, Annie, Mary Ellen Rodriguez, Ralph Marzlak, and Jessica and Amanda and Heather at Great Clips. And here is our host for tonight's episode, Expand Your Mind, Albert Torcaso.
Hi, everyone. Let me just make a couple of quick announcements. First of all, this is September the 30th, 2011, and we will be back here in, believe it or not, about 4 days. We will be here October the 4th, 2011, and then also every Wednesday at 2 p.m. you can actually watch the current in the rotation. The current episode that would be in rotation at 2 p.m. on PCTV 21 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and also www.pctv21.org. So we're going to be doing a lot of episodes in the next month. We have 4 episodes, literally 4 episodes before November, and we're going to be doing a lot of different things. In addition to Suzanne being a psychic, and Tim and Darlene being ghost investigators or paranormal investigators, they do a variety of different things, and I don't know what kind of arts they would be called. They're not martial arts, but there's some kind of artistic and spiritual different skills, such as Reiki and a few other things, and we're going to get into a lot of questions. We're going to be hoping that you will call us at 412-231-2288. And before we do anything else, we're going to have Tim say hello.
Hi, my name's Tim. How are you?
Next will be Suzanne.
Suzanne Bishop.
And how about the person?
Darlene Vodopivec. Hello.
All right, well, we're going to start off tonight with my co-host, Annette Mendel. I believe she has a couple of questions for Suzanne. So how about we go right to it?
Yeah, Suzanne, a question I have for you is, how do you know if you're psychic, or how can you find out if you're psychic and you have hidden talents like that?
Well, the first thing you can do is quiet your mind down when you're talking to people, and you can sense things through your conversations with them. And you can strike up a conversation with them. Oh, do you have children? And yes, they do have children, so your hunch was correct. And you start talking to people, and then you realize that you are indeed intuitive. Mm-hmm. It's practicing is what helps you become more intuitive, and practicing also helps you realize how intuitive you really are.
Mm-hmm. Well, how do you communicate with the dead? What talent is that?
That's called mediumship. I'm not a certified medium as of yet. I'm studying to be through the First Spiritualist Church of McKeesport.
Yes.
And that is contact with the spirits that have gone on to the other side. Mm-hmm. And it is a talent, and it's a practice and a discipline that is practiced by mediums to get messages from the spirits that will benefit humanity.
Are you born with this talent, usually?
Some people are born with this talent, and some people practice to learn how to become mediums.
All right. And do you have any other questions at this time?
Not right now.
All right. Chris, do you have any questions? You have to use the microphone, though.
My question is with the ghost investigators. They've been talking about in the past that there's a facility in Homestead where they claim it's haunted, and that is the old post office, which also now is the old police station on 9th Avenue in Homestead. And then there's recently, they even talk about, is the Carnegie Museum, Carnegie Library in Mount Hall on Library Street. Now they're saying there's ghosts in there in the auditorium. Do you feel there's any truth to that?
Well, there's spirits and ghosts everywhere. Excuse me. Yeah, I believe it is true because there is spirits and ghosts everywhere. So.
And how would you know if there's any ghosts in there when you just go to a building? You just sense it, or?
Well, a lot of times you could sense it, or you have equipment to show you how, like meters, or you ask questions on your tape recorders. Okay. And just most of the time, when they're around, you could sense them most of the time too.
Okay. And I have a question. Do you have a follow-up question?
No.
At this time?
No.
All right, well, be prepared. You'll have other ones later, probably. Well, I'd like to know, well, it doesn't look like we have any calls right now. So I guess I will ask, oh, we do have a call. Why don't we go to the first caller? You're on the air, caller.
You? Oh, I better mute this.
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Hello.
Hi, guys. I could be better, but I won't bitch and mipe and gripe.
I will go ahead and throw out what you're going to throw out.
Well, it ain't it's off the topic of what you guys are talking about, but this has to be out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Shady Side Nursing Rehabilitation Center. My mom was in there for 3 weeks. And Mom was in there, and she was abused while she was there. They hit her. She has false teeth. They did not soak her teeth. She has an ulcer in her mouth. She can't eat. They put her in them damn diapers. And all this, she was fine, semi-fine before she went in there. She was not wearing diapers when she went in there. She comes out wearing diapers. She didn't go in with an ulcer in her mouth. She come out with an ulcer. Before she went in there, she was eating 3-4 times a day. She was eating good. Now she hardly even eats. And when we were helping her off the bedside commode, and she goes to me, "What are you going to do? Hit me like you did the other day?" And it's like, I didn't hit you the other day. You just got home from the nursing home. So while she was in Shady Side Nursing Rehabilitation Center, she was abused, more ways than one. Plus, she fell out of bed twice that we know of. And they left her be dehydrated. They put her in a social room in a wheelchair with a diaper, no supervision, and she could have fell out of the wheelchair and not even know it. So I just wanted to let everybody know about Shady Side Nursing Rehabilitation, how they abused my mom, and I don't want other parents being abused.
Do you have an idea where you said Shady Side Rehabilitation, but what town is that located in?
That's in Oakland on 5th Avenue.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, have you made any reports to any law enforcement agencies, Department of Aging, or any of the kind?
Well, I didn't know anything about calling the Piggy Wiggies, because I'm not too fond of them.
Let's refrain from any name calling here on Humanity Matters.
We did contact Department of Aging. They come out and investigate it. We called Protective Services. They came out to investigate. I was told to call the ombudsman or ombudsman. Ombudsman, something to that effect. Yeah, I was told to call them. I called different people in the county. Chris had called different places. So between the both of us, we've been making a lot of phone calls. She's been home since last Friday. The Friday just passed.
All right. And what is it that you believe that should be done for the alleged abuse? What should be done with the staff of the nursing home and or the administration? What is it you believe that should be done?
What they need to do, and because of the county funding and all this other stuff, because the government's so screwed up, they should have more people in a nursing home. If they're going to put the patients in the social room, watch them. Don't just leave them there. Do not leave them there unattended.
Now,
I was in 2 different nursing homes.
Right.
And you see how other patients get treated. You don't expect it to happen until it hits home.
Right.
And it's like, I've seen it. I know what goes on in the nursing home. I don't like it, and it's worse because it's my mom. Nobody can take care of my mom the way I do.
Well, maybe what you should work on doing is trying to get assault charges filed, and that's what I would recommend. And if the show and I can help in any way, I certainly will. I personally we're not doing a show on abuse today. However,
well, I told you it was off the topic.
I understand that, but I just want to say that when it comes to abuse, I don't tolerate that in any kind. And I would recommend that if there are any politicians or leaders of any kind watching this episode, that they would get in touch with, or you would get in touch with them. And I would think that there should be criminal charges filed against anyone who abuses anyone for any reason. And that's about all that I'm gonna say on that. If you want to speak, please grab the microphone because we cannot hear you.
Caller, I will talk to you later. I feel I have an idea who you are, but I have a lawyer that you can contact with, and I can help you get in contact with about this situation.
All right, well, I hope that helps. Did that help in any way?
I guess it's not going to change what happened.
Well, it's hard to believe that it did happen. And I will make a comment on that.
Give me a napkin, please.
I will definitely make a comment on that. I will talk to you later.
All right.
And we're going to go ahead and move forward, but I will talk to you later.
Well, you were talking about a ghost.
Do you have any questions for the ghost?
Yeah, I do. It's not actually a question.
Oh, go ahead.
We're talking about different things in Homestead, about being haunted and all that. Well, I experienced a ghost train. Me and Kathy, my sister, were walking up from the waterfront, and this is when I was able to get up and walk and all that. We were getting ready to cross the railroad tracks. We heard the train, saw the train light, and the railings, they're supposed to come down and let you know that there's a train coming. They came down and everything, but the train disappeared. Once it got underneath the bridge.
It's the mysterious ghost train at Homestead. How about do you think you may be interested in something like that?
That'd be good to investigate, yes.
And every time I tell this story, nobody believes us. And
I believe you. Was this at night?
Oh, God, I can't even talk. I'm so confused.
Was this at night?
Yeah, it was at night. It was like 9 o'clock at night. Cause it was about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
And the train, it's like, where'd it go? I heard it. And it just, as soon as it got underneath the high-level bridge, it like just disappeared.
So you saw the full train?
No, you didn't even see the full train. You heard the train.
Yeah.
You saw the train light. And after it got under the bridge, it's like it's gone. Where'd it go?
Huh.
And I lived in 2 different houses where it was haunted. I lived at 666 in West Homestead. They tore the building down. I was in the living room. The kids were upstairs sleeping. You hear kids walking up and down the steps. And then you tell the kids, go to bed. The kids are already in bed. It's like, get your asses to bed or you're going to get your ass beat. You have school tomorrow. Well, it's like, okay, you go upstairs and check on them. They're sound asleep. But yet you hear feet walking up and down the steps. And then in the kitchen, there is pots and pans and knives and the spatula flying around the kitchen. It's like, okay. I ran back in the living room and I sat on the couch and didn't move.
All right, well, Donna?
No, there's another house we lived in. I'm sorry. I know you got time. I know you run out of daylight. We lived at 110 on this, and this is all in Homestead. Mm-hmm. And Mom was in her bedroom. Somebody locked her in her bedroom. Nobody was home. And she's like yelling, let me out, let me out. And it's like, what's wrong? Mom's yelling about something. She was locked in her bedroom. And then if you're in a bathroom on a toilet, you hear like water running, but there's no water. And then you hear kids running through the hall. You're downstairs in the kitchen or in the living room or something, and you hear little kids running around in the hall upstairs, and there's no kids in the house. But yet you hear kids running. But what happened at that house was the guy killed his wife and kids in the attic. And then I seen his white, she was in a white nightgown and it was lace. And she floated past the bed and into the wall. And they would always hide the remote controls for the TV, turn our TV on, turn our TV off. And it's like, who's playing with the TV? And then I'm like, were you in my room? Dancing girls will go, no, I wasn't in your room. I'm like, why is my TV on? I don't know, I didn't touch it. I'm like, well, somebody's playing around up here, quit. I go, don't go in my room.
Well, we're going to move forward because I want to make sure I get enough questions in, and especially want to put Tim on the hot seat.
Well, I'm glad I got to talk longer than 5 minutes with no interruptions. Thank you, I appreciate that.
I'm glad you did too, and I'm going to be putting my foot down on that abuse. We're not going to stamp it out, we're going to make it be as if it never existed.
Well, don't make me cry no more.
Well, if I want to make you cry, I'll make you cry. Start crying. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
All right, well, I'll talk to you soon. No more crying.
Okay. Well, if you guys, I'll see this on, hopefully I'll get a DVD on this, and I can hear your comments
You'll
on
get
about
a
the
DVD.
ghost things. Because, I mean, I love watching ghost stories and ghost things, and it's like, don't that scare you? I'm like, no, was it scary? Was it supposed to be? Well, you guys all have a good night. Thank you for your time with no interruptions.
You forgot something.
What I forget? Happy birthday.
No, wait a minute.
What?
Did you realize you didn't say happy birthday to Suzanne Bishop?
Oh, I didn't know it was her birthday. Happy birthday.
Well, it was her birthday yesterday. I think you should have said happy birthday.
Well, I didn't know, but happy belated birthday, and happy belated birthday to Chris and Joey and Todd and Ashley, and hello to Cameron, Brian, Matt, and Jamie.
All right. Well, I'm glad you mentioned Cameron.
And hello to Steve.
What?
Hello to Steve.
Oh, no, not hello to Steve.
Hi, Tony.
We're editing that out.
No, you're not going to edit that out.
I'm editing it out. Forget about it.
Oh, fine. Then you can edit Tommy and Nikki and Cherokee and Leo's names out, too, then.
I kind of think you just did. Hello?
I didn't edit it out. You did.
I'm not editing out Tommy and Cherokee and Nikki because they're all my children. We won't go there.
Yeah, uh-huh.
All right, we'll talk to you later. I got people
And then I'm
to see
Cinderella.
Good night.
Good night. Bye, guys.
See you tonight.
I don't believe that. Any rate, now you. You know you're lucky. You know who the featured guest today is, right? It's Suzanne, so you're lucky. But you're going to get yours.
Thanks.